Okay, Bismillah, let's get started. Today, guys, we will check here the homework, yes, or assignment. We will solve it all. Inshallah, we have 25 questions. We will solve it all in this period. So please check your assignment.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
Mr. Hodal, previous worksheet?
Yes, the previous assignment. So I will check it for you guys to know if your answers are correct or not. وفي برضه some new ideas. Let's start. Bismillah.
Okay.
The first question is so easy, so we just add 1 to the exponent and divide it 1 and then evaluate it. No need to solve this. يلا نكتب الأنسر directly. It's x to the power of 3 over 3 and then evaluate from 1 to 7.
Yes.
When it's a 7?
When it's 7, it is 343 over 3.
Minus 1/3.
Minus 1/3. Minus 1 over 3. The answer is 114.
Yes, the answer is 100.
114.
Hello. The answer is equal to 114. Nice work. Okay, so this is the answer. 140. Okay, now question number 2 and question number 6 and question number 11. 2, 6, and 11.
Yeah.
All of them 1 over x squared, and 1 over x squared, and here negative 5 to 5 of 1 over x. So let's try to solve this question here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first question, it's question number 2, right? From what dx? It's from 1 to 7. It's from 1 to 7. Do we have any problem here, guys? It passes through 0. This definite integral from 1 to 7, including 0 in the middle, the one that make a problem here in the denominator. 1 over 0
لا مستر
gives 0, but
ما
0
في
is not
zero, ما في
included,
zero.
so no problems. So directly write it as the one definite integral from 1 to 7 of x to the power of 2, negative 2 dx, and then and then what?
Then the substitute will be
Substitute, integrate first, add 1 to the exponent and divide it by the new exponent. I just write it as a negative exponent with a denominator of 1. When we add 1 to negative 2 becomes a negative 1, and this all over negative 1.
negative 1.
And then we will evaluate this from 1 to what? To 7.
So negative 7 over the negative 7.
No, it will be negative 1 over 7. You know why?
Why?
Because 7 to the power of negative 1 is 1 over 7, and we have negative down here, which is here now. 7 to the power of negative 1 equals 1 over 7. You flip when it has a negative exponent. Minus, when it's 1, the same, will be 1 over 1, and we have 1 negative in all 1. So your answer is 6 over 7. 6 over what? 7. Again, substituting 7 to the power of negative 1 gives 1 over 7, and you have negative, so it's negative 1 over 7 plus substituting 1, gonna be 1 to the power of negative 1, and then flip, it will be 1 over 1, the same, and we have negative by negative is positive. Adding the 1 plus negative 1 over 7 gives what? 6 over 7. So no problem here, guys, because your limits of integration is between 1 and 7, not including the 0. But in this question number 6, what we have the definite integral from negative 1 to 1 of 1 over x squared dx. Yes, so let me solve 6 because 6 and 2 and 11 are related together. From negative 1 to 1 of 1 over x squared dx. Since you have in a negative 1 to 1 يعني معدية بالزيرو, you have to write it from what to what? You cannot apply the fundamental theorem of calculus. You cannot do your what? Your integration.
عشان الزيرو يعني. تصدق انا دي عملتها طبيعي.
نيجاتيف 1 to 0 بس مشكلة بعدين تصير 0 to 1 مشكلة. ولا حتى برضه هيك كله مشكلة.
So we will write what? We
Does
will
not
not be
exist.
able. Yes, we will not be able to find here the area.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
خلاص.
امال انا حاسبها ليه وبعتها؟ يا سلام.
يسلم وسط.
Let's graph it. guys.
Mr. Yesterday you took mean that.
The area here. No, you can. Okay, but we can from 1 to what to 2 from any other value from 0.0001 till any value to the right out. Yes, but
Yes.
So here,
Okay.
we will not be able to calculate the area for this part. Also, I can show you something about this. بس لما نرجع تاني للسلايدز بتاع الليسن نفسه. Okay, where is that? For question also 11 passes through negative 0 يبقى خلاص 1 over 0 yes. Question number
يعني 11 برضه ما بينفعش صح؟
Yes, 7 لا 3 say 3 عادي 3 1 over what in question 3 it's from 1 to 10
The interval from 1 to 10 yeah.
1 over x dx so
اللي هي ln x
which is ln x right?
Yes, ln x.
ln x
احنا قلنا لما يكون negative 1 it is out of the rule.
Yes, right. So substituting
x to the power في integral عادي.
Now, if we do x to the power of negative 1 and adding 1 and dividing by 0 لا ما تمشيش معاها الرول for only 1 over x. The first term we studied in the derivative of ln x is 1 over x. So here the untied
3 isn't the same as 2. 3 isn't the same as 2.
No, because the limits of the integration between 1 and 10 not passed through 0 يعني انت مالكش دخل بالزيرو. Okay, and if you graph here 1 over x and you are studying the area from 1 to 10 here, it's a bounded area. Okay, it's a continuous function of here. The function f of x equal 1 over x is continuous function between 1 and 10, but between any negative value and a positive value بيبقى في النص في infinite discontinuity فأكيد الفانكشن is not continuous. ففundamental theorem of calculus أو the definite integral ما بيشتغل هنا. بيشتغل بالimproper integrals calculus 2. Okay. Okay.
The answer is 2.3.
Okay, ln 10 minus ln 1 is 2.3.
3.
Okay, this for question 3. For question number we did 3 and we said 2 and 6 and 11. Question 2, no problem, we did the answer. يعني we did the question وطلع لها value بس هنا number 6 no value and we will not be able to evaluate it. Alright, Dini. Number 7, number 4, it's easy here. يلا شباب, who can help me in this question? Number 4. The integral negative 3 to 3 x cubed minus x. Negative 3 to 3 x cubed minus x dx. Yes, Mr. Usama?
Okay. So the antiderivative is going to be x to the power of 4 over 4 with minus x squared over 2. Evaluated at negative 3 to 3. Okay, so first of all at 3 it's so 81 over 4 minus 9 over 2, which is like times 2 so 18. Okay.
Do the second
minus,
one when it's a negative
okay.
3.
Same thing, so it's gonna be 0.
It was even, right?
Yeah.
So it's equal to what? 0. Okay. Because one part of the area above the x-axis and the other part is below the x-axis, so we're gonna cancel each other. Hello. This 4 and 6 we did it. Where's 5?
ما فيش مستر اللي انت
أوكي،
بعتها
عادي.
ما فيها طبعا. ما
سيبك
في.
من numbers. طيب number 7.
ايوه بالضبط كده.
Number 7, which is the integral from -10 to 10x minus x cubed.
Can I try it?
Yes, عمر, yeah. x minus x cubed plus 6x 5 plus 6x to the power of 5 dx.
Can I try it?
تفضل.
I'm Rafi.
Okay, Rafi.
So first of all, integral x to the power 2 over 2
x to the power of 2 over 2
minus x to the power 4 over 4 plus 6x to the power 6 over 6. Then integral 10 to -10 and -10 to 10, sorry. Then substitute 10 to the power 2 over 2. No, 10 to the power 2 only. 10 to the power 2 only.
100.
Minus 10,000, I think. Plus
over 4
over 4 plus 6.
cancel 6 with 6. Okay,
10 to the power 6 100,000, I think. No, million, sorry.
So how is it 6 to the power of 5 over 6? It's just x to the power of 6.
طيب ما احنا كنسلنا 6 مع 6.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, مالك. طيب it's 1 million over 1 and then this all we will do it again I think لأن even يعني 2 is even, 4 is even, 6 is even, so it will be the same thing here, which is 100 over 2 because -10 all squared is 100, right? And -10 to the power of 4
negative
10,000 so over 4
plus negative positive million over 1.
طيب
so
0, right? Something minus itself is what? is 0. يبقى always guys ممكن نقول من -10 to 10 أو من -3 to 3 دي علامة صح؟ But the answer is what? 0. Okay, thank you Rafi. This question was 7. طيب now 8 easy and also let's solve 9 and 12 and 13. 9, 12, 13. 9 is e to the power of -x dx from 0 to 10. Okay, question 9. e to the power of -x dx. Omar Abu Zahra. Yes, when we have here e to the power of x, what's the derivative of e to the power of x? The derivative and the integral of e to the power of x are the same. Yeah. But here we have negative x, they have to divide by negative x, the inverse of a chain rule. It's e to the power of negative x is the same, but divide by -1.
So -1, sorry.
From 0 to 10, right? Yes, from 0 to 10, yes. So it's from 0 to 10 equal.
E to the power -10.
Negative e now to the power of -10 minus e to the power of 0. Take care of negative is positive.
Okay.
And negative e
تطلع
to the power
مستر
of -10 plus e to the power of 0, which is
تطلع مكتوب -0.00004.
-2
دقيقة بس 1 minute دقيقة.
الكالكوليتر بحسبها طلع
تطلع 0.9.
in all 0.9.
Yes.
ما here is 1, yes 0.9 ماشي يعني طيب thank you. In question number 12, the from 0 to ln 8 of e to the power of x minus e to the power of -x dx. Okay, question number 12. The from 0 to ln 8 of e to the power of x minus e to the power of negative x dx. Yes, we can solve here, guys. The basic fact that the integral and derivative of e to the power of x is the same, e to the power of x. So what?
We can, Mr.
يلا يا أسامة تفضل.
Okay, so Mr.
Raise hand guys if you'd like to participate. Raise hand يا شباب. فهد وجاسر نضال وليد زياد ماجد
مستر
وعمر
معاك مستر.
الشباب الحلو. Raise hand guys
Mr.
to participate with me. يلا يا
Antiderivative is going to be e to the power of x plus e to the power of negative x.
Yes, plus. But say why it's a plus.
عشان Mr. when you derive e to the power of negative x, you're going to multiply by negative 1.
Multiply by negative 1, right?
Yes.
So you have to divide by negative 1. بس dividing by negative 1 with the negative اللي في الرول نفسها
Cancel.
بتحول لي positive عشان بس الناس تبقى معانا.
Yes.
Plus e to the power of negative x.
Negative x.
Should be e power
Add
negative
zero.
x over negative 1 but في negative هنا فصارت positive. ماشي.
So at 0 to ln 8.
Yes.
ماشي. At ln 8, Mr. It's going to be 8 plus negative 8, so it's going to be 0.
Plus e to the power of 8 بالنيجاتيف. It's 0 now.
Yes, لأنه 8 to negative 8 بكنسل. لأنه e ln بتكنسل.
This one is 8 minus 8, right?
Yeah, 8 minus 8. والثانية لسه بس هاي. But then minus.
This is 8 minus 8, guys, because e to the power of ln something is equal to this thing.
And then it's gonna be
when it's 0, e power
1
0 plus e to the power of 0.
So it's
e
gonna
power
be 2.
0 is 1 plus 1.
2.
This is 1.
So it's gonna be the final answer negative 2.
Minus 1 plus 1. So it's 2, but في negative برا يبقى negative 2. Okay, thanks a lot. Is it clear for you guys? Easy here, right? عشان لما تمر عليك بعد كده تبقى عارف. Number 13, the integral from negative 1 to 1 of 2 to the power of x plus 1. Yeah, what kind of functions we have in this question? We have 2 to the power of x plus 1 dx. It's exponential function. It's what? Exponential function. It's from negative 1 to 1. Yes. يا شباب خالد. In the first term, what's the derivative? Here, no space. What's the derivative of any function, any exponential function? 2 to the power of x. Clean. Khalid.
Mr. 2x plus 1 over 1.
It was the same 2 to the power of x.
Multiplied by ln 2.
Multiplied by ln 2. Multiplied by the derivative of this function, which is 1 طبعا in this case. So what's the derivative of 2 to the power of x plus 1? It's the same. اكتبها نفس ما هي. 2 to the power of x plus 1 times ln 2 multiplied by 1 also, right? Since here the derivative of x plus 1 is 1. طب لو x squared يبقى multiplied by 2x وكده. So as you see, guys, what's the derivative, the integral now of 2 to the power of x plus 1? Be the same
over ln 2.
But divide. دايما بنعكس التشين رول. يعني لو في التشين رول in the derivative multiply by ln 2 يبقى in the integral you should divide by ln 2 and divide also by the derivative which is 1. بس حسب هي 1 دلوقتي مش باينه. لو other exponent بتبان. No divide by 6 by مش عارف ايه كده. اوكي. لو هي x squared مثلا يبقى هيعمل multiply by what? by 2x here صح؟ بس ما في يبقى خلاص.
مستر ممكن بس ترجع تعيد حته الانتجريشن تبعت ال 2x.
يعني لو افترضنا ان مثلا الفانكشن 2 to the power of x cubed it will be the same 2 to the power of x plus 1 over ln 2 times the derivative كمان of what الاكسبوننت الباور نفسه اللي هو x cubed plus 1 its derivative is 3x. Okay and so on. يعني دايما divide by the derivative of the function times ln 2 او ln البيز.
3x ولا 3x باور 2؟
3x باور 2 اهي.
تمام.
انت اللي ناسي. طيب. Yes, then what? evaluate from -1 to 1 عادي بقى كمان. يلا 1 over ln 2 constant 2 to the power of 2. Okay, then minus when I substitute by 1 so it's 2 يعني 2 to the power of 2 and ln 2 أخذتها common factor. Minus when you substitute by -1 it's 0. 2 to the power of 2 is 1 over ln 2 multiplied by, here is a bracket, multiplied by what? 4 minus
1 over ln 2 multiply
2 minus 1 is 3. So your answer is 3 over ln 2.
Mr. 3 over ln 2 4.33 تقريبا. Yes.
Okay. Any questions? So again, what's the integral of, let's write it as a rule from A to B of B, what B? Of A ولا A. ناخد أي other variable غير هذا اللي of مثلا البيز يا شباب which is a number K, okay, a constant K like 2, 3, 4, 9, any constant to the power of a function X or X plus something or X cubed or X, okay, dx. The answer should be what? The same, K to the power of X over ln K multiplied down here in the denominator by the derivative اللي هنكتبها d over dx of this X أو this function by this power. Okay?
Okay.
Let's move back to question. Next slide, it has a lot of questions. The one, the first 46, 47, and 48, 49, 50, so easy. 51, 52, 50, 62, and also let's start from 63, which is antiderivative from -8 to -1. ناخد الهارد questions only أو اللي فيهم فكرة يعني اللي هو x minus x squared over 2x cubed. -8 to -1 of, you have the worksheet guys, and tell me what's the question. Tell me x minus x squared, x minus x squared over 2x cubed, 2 cubic root of x.
Yeah.
dx.
Yes.
Now let's يعني ask مين كان يا شباب ممكن رامي. رامي try to solve this question.
هي سهلة بس عايزة ستيب واحدة.
Okay.
Yes, you have to do something before you start to integrate.
Yes. صحيح.
Based on the properties of exponents. Rewrite this expression again. Rewrite this expression again.
So Mr. we will denominator will go up and -1 exponent.
-1 or -1/3?
-1/3. So.
Yeah, we know that cubic root of x is x to the power of 1/3. But when you raise the up here, it will be x to the power of -3 multiplied by all this.
The x minus x
Yes.
squared.
So cancel it out from the denominator. Your denominator only now is half. But you can be.
طلع الهاف برا مستر. Yes.
Okay. It's -8 and here -1. Let's do it here عشان no space here. تمام. From -8 half here. تمام. From -8 to
-1.
-1. Oh. X to the power of -3 multiplied by x minus x squared over nothing now. And this is your main goal, to make the denominator 1, no fraction. حلو. And then distributive property run.
Okay. X it will be x to the power of 2 over 3.
Yes, right. Minus here is 1, 1 plus -3.
Yes.
1 plus -3 gives what? 2 over 3. And x to the power
5 over 3.
5 over 3. في ناس بتفكر ان هي كده عملت انتجريت وبيغلط. لا يا باشا، لسه هتعمل انتجريت صح؟
لسه؟
شفت انت كنت عارف.
استعمل substitute تمام. Okay, we'll integrate.
Integrate now. So it's x to the power of
5 over 3.
5 over 3 minus x to the power of 8 over 3 by adding
8 over
1
3, yes.
and divide by the new exponent. But we have to divide هنا مستر by
5 over 3
what?
أو
by
ممكن
what?
نعمل times 3 over 5.
Yeah, times 3 over 5 here and
3
times
over 8.
3 over 8 here, it's better. And then substitute from negative 8 to negative 1.
Yes.
Yeah, leave the half now and try to substitute. You have to make 2 brackets. The first one for negative 1 and the second bracket minus 1 over 2 again here. You know, half يعني common, you have to do it for both.
Okay.
So you rewrite twice. I'll write it
First
twice.
one 9 over 8 for the negative 1.
The first one, when you substitute negative 1 power an odd exponent gives a negative 1, right? So it's a negative 3 over 5 and negative 1 to the power of positive 1 now because it's even. 8 over 8 over 3 is an even exponent. فأكيد negative 1 بيكون positive في الآخر فبيبقى 1.
Negative 9 over 40.
All negative 9 over 40?
Yes.
Yeah. طيب.
Negative 8.
Substituting negative 8. Negative 8 تاخد الكوبيك روت ليها الأول وبعدين تعملها باور 5. Negative 2 power 5, negative 32. And then multiply by 3 over 5.
Negative 36 over 5.
In all?
Without the half.
Negative 36 over 5. And then do this calculation. So again, آخر step نعمل half times negative 9 over 40 and then minus 1 over 2, negative 36 over 5.
It would be 279 over 80. 279 over 30.
طب كمان مرة تطلع غير 200.
أصلا يا مستر أنا اتلخبطت المفروض 3 over 2 مش 3 over 5 صح؟
3 over 5 yes.
3 over 5 لا تمام
3 over 5. Okay, يبقى what's the final answer دي؟ 200.
عملها تاني. $279 over 80.
As a decimal, about
3.48.
3.48. Okay, thank you. Let's move back, guys, to question number 64, which is the absolute value and the definite integral from 0 to 3, absolute value to x minus 3. 64. Yes. What's the question again? The absolute value of 2x minus 3 dx. It's from 0 to 3. From 0 to 3. Yes, it's absolute value. So what should we do first? We have to find the 0 of this function first. Yani solve 2x minus 3 equals 0, and then 2x is equal to, take the 3 there, it's 3, and then x equals 3 over 2. And x is 1.5. And at 1.5, there is a problem. 1.5. You have to redefine the function again, absolute value. So we redefine the function as 2 parts. The first part, 2x minus 3 when x is greater than 1.5 or 3 over 2, and negative 2 plus 3 when x is less than 3 over 2. Also, you have to do like this in the absolute value function. Now you have to evaluate the integral from what to what? From 0 to 1.5.
From 0 to 3 over 2, then from 3 over 2 to 3. صح كده؟ Two parts يعني.
And from what? 3 over 2 to 3. The from 0 to 3 over 2. From 0.
You take 2x minus 3 and
1.5 3 over 2 and then 3. this part is less than 1.5 أو less than يبقى ناخد negative 2x plus 3 dx. Okay, and from 1.5 till 3, we're gonna take the positive part of this function, which is 2x minus 3 dx. 2x استعبط. Okay, استعبط. 2x minus 3 dx. Yes. عادي بقى يا شباب. Negative 2x squared over 2 integrate عليه plus 3x, and this at 0 to 3 over 2, and then plus 2x squared again over 2 minus 3x, and this at 3 over 2 to 3, and then evaluate. Cancel out first 2, 2, simplify 3 over 2 squared, and then multiply by negative, and then add 3 times 3 over 2. It's 9 over 4. We have it negative 9 over 4, and then plus again 9 over 4. Right? 9 over 2, sorry. 9 over 2. This is the first part. Plus 0, طبعا gonna be 0. When we evaluate, when it's a 3, cross out the 2, so we have 9. Yes, this part is gonna be 9 minus 9, which is 0. Minus here 3 over 2. Substituting 3 over 2 here gives 9 over 4. And then, let me guys, we have 3 over 2, negative 9 over what? Over 2. So I have negative 9 over 4 plus 9 over, it is 0, right? So we have negative 9 over 4 plus 9 over 2. And we have plus here, and then negative. So it's minus now, negative 9 over 4 positive minus 9 over 2. So it's clear here that the answer negative 9 over 4 minus 9 over 4, 0. Positive 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2, yes, gives what? 18 over 2, which is 6. شباب, do you have any question? Guys, grade 12A اصلا كان homework كنا عاملينه.
Yes, Mr.
Is the answer here is 6 with you?
I have it. I will check. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Nadal, do you have the answer is 6? Check, guys, if your answer is 6 or not. Sama Yunus. Khalid. Jasser. Okay, Walid Maher, is the answer is 6? For question 464 with you or not? If it's not, هل الانسر طلعت معاك 6 here؟ هل الاريا
خليني اشوف سوري.
absolute value to x minus 3 from 0 to 3 is
صار ما
6.
طلعتش معايا 6. انا اصلا ما قسمتهاش للاسف الشديد يعني.
امس طلعت معي اظن 0 طلعت معي
0
0
مستر احنا غلطنا. احنا
it's 9
سيبنا الابسولوت فاليو وكذا.
sorry it's 9 not 6
ما مستر ما عملنا احنا اللي عملته انت بالابسولوت فاليو ما طلعنا 0 بس حلينا على 0 اللي كانوا قبل.
the answer is 9 not 6.
تمام. يبقى الابسولوت فاليو we solve for x then we do greater than and less than صح؟
لازم absolute value.
حاضر خلاص المرة الجاية.
فهد.
مستر انا قسمتها وطلعت معي
لا والله مستر.
طلعت كام معك؟
0 بس قسمتها.
ليش 0 طبعا؟
ما بعرف. طلعت معي 0.
Negative 2x squared over 2 plus 3x. And here 2x squared minus 3x.
64 صح؟
Question 64 yeah.
هلا بحطه بالكالكوليتر اشوف.
شو يا بالجرافيك؟ حطها بالكالكوليتر.
هلا بس ثواني وين الكالكوليتر هي؟ non math هنا هذا رجع هنا absolute value. What's the function?
The absolute value of 2x. The
Okay.
definite integral from 0.
2x.
2x
Yeah.
minus 3.
2x minus 3. Okay.
From 0 to 3. أنا برضه بعملها على the absolute value
From
of
0
2x minus
to
3.
3. The answer is 4.5.
4.5?
Yes.
That's why I'm asking dx. And from 0 to 3, right?
Yes. Of the absolute value of 2x minus
9 over 2.
Yeah, 9 over 2 بالضبط.
9 over 2 plus 9 over 2. Yeah, you multiply. 18 over 2. It's 9. 9 over 2, yes.
9 over 2 جواب sir.
So let's do again our calculations in an hour. Here is correct, okay? And here it's correct. Here it's correct. Here the mistake here. Yes, substituting 3 over 2. So it's negative. And you have now 3 squared over 2, which is negative 9 over 4. Oh, and there is negative by 3 and 9 over 2, right? Have plus 3 squared minus 3 by 3 and 3 by 3, 9, 3 squared is 9, so it's a 0. And then minus 3 over 2 squared, 9 over 4, and 3 over 2 times 3 gives 9 over 2 negative. So we have positive 9 over 4 and positive 9 over 2. Cancel out 9 over 4, 9 over 4, and you still have 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2. 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2 equals what? 18 over 2, which is 9. Okay, the first part from 0, it's negative plus, right? Negative 2x plus 3, and the second part is correct, 2x minus 3. طب شباب, evaluate this one in the calculator. Evaluate this all in the calculator. This part.
يلا.
This part. Evaluate in the calculator.
يلا. Mr. D 9 over what? 2?
Negative 9 over 4 plus 9 over 2.
Plus 9 minus 9 minus 9 over 4 minus 9 over 2 بتطلع معك الإجابة 4.5.
You wrote all of it? All this statement? All of this one?
بس انا كمان طلعت معي 4.5.
4.5.
Okay, so here not correct. Yeah, like 4.4. Okay, next one. We have question 65. From 0 to 4 of the absolute value of x squared minus 4x plus 3. Okay. Let's change the color and solve 65, 67, and 68, and then return back to question 65. But now 66, it's easy. Who solved this question? From 0 to pi of 1 plus sine x.
أنا حليته Mr. 66.
Okay. 1 becomes x, and the integral of sine is negative cosine x. And then you evaluate 0 to
pi minus 1.
اللي هو
question 66.
أنا طلع معي pi minus 1 يا مستر.
Okay, substituting pi first in this gives pi, and the cosine pi is what? It's
لا غلط
negative
pi
1
minus 1.
times.
لا أنا طلعت معي باي الإجابة بس يلا.
Pi plus 1 and then minus when it's 0, so 0 minus cosine 0.
ايه
The first part when you substitute by pi, it's
pi
pi plus 1
plus
cosine pi is negative
cosine
1
pi.
negative by negative positive pi plus 1.
تمام.
When it's 0, so 0 and cosine 0 is 1 and negative 1.
cosine pi is negative.
Yes, it's pi. الإجابة pi.
It's pi.
فطيرة. Yes.
Pi plus 2.
يا من حكيت
لا.
غلط انا غلطت بشغله. لا it's pi plus 2.
طب ثواني كده.
لا
طب احسبها ثواني.
مبلا باي بلس 2 يا مستر. ايوه باي بلس 2 صح باي بلس 2
اصبر يا اخي باي
بلس 2
بلس
الله يهديك
نيجاتيف كوساين باي.
يا مستر انا اللي كنت مستر انا كنت بحله وهيك حاط رجل على رجل وبس بحله خلاص. توكلنا على الله وبس.
يبقى الانسر باي بلس 2 رايت؟
يس
تاكدوا بس.
هو باي بلس 2.
باي بلس 2 يا مستر.
لا يا عم لا.
طيب
لا يا عم
67 ناخذه هناك 67.
كلام ده خاطئ على فكرة.
على فكرة انت
استنوا شوية عايز احسب حساباتي السرية. يا مستر صح باي بلس 2 مستر صح.
يس باي بلس 2. طيب
بس
cosine
67
0
easy.
to pi over 4 67 easy 1.
بس كنسل الكوزين سكوير ثيتا بالكوزين سكوير ثيتا وخلاص.
يعني اتس 1.
يس بالضبط ثيتا يعني 1 ايوه وبعدين في الانتجرال تبعها ثيتا خلاص.
So it's 1 because 1 minus sine squared is the same as cosine, so we can cancel.
تطلع باي اوفر 4.
Yes.
Yes, so it's the theta from what to what?
0 to pi over 4
يعني pi over 4.
طلعت معك باي اوفر 4.
يا زلمه.
وانا كمان
0 to pi over 4. So evaluated at pi over 4.
واخر واحد طلعت معي 2
pi over
root 3 over 3.
2 روت 3 اوفر 3 اخر واحد.
خلاص.
last one هنا 68 تكون 10.
الانتجرال حيكون 10x ايوه.
Yes 10x.
وبعدين طلعت معي مستر 2 root 3 over 3.
طيب ماشي. يلا ثانك يو. السلام عليكم.
خلاص يا مستر يلا مع السلامه.
السلام.